Watch this moment at the Madlanga Commission where a recorded call involving Major General Richard Shiburi is played. The commissioners press him about who he meant by the other side. First he says it's a faction within the police. Then moments later he says it's the family. The commission immediately points out the contradiction and forces him to explain himself under oath. The tension here is just too much not to watch.
I'll play the recording, and if I could just advise Chair as well that we have provided the transcription, but we can deal with that once we've heard the recording.
The last one, page. The sun is very scarp.
Yeah, no, but kune hope ngoba ubona ama specialist angazi kuma ngabe ngizokhuluma ngathi ama specialist sharp. Yeah, no, General, ba ungifonela uKennel officing late that week. Yeah, but ngamtshela ukuthi no, ifamily yatshelwa ukuthi ususpect wethu kuphi. Plus ama lawyer futhi nawo ngasakhona ukwatshela the same night. Oh.
I'm sure there were five. They were five. They are having other companies together also, or mining rights together.
Oh yes. Yeah, because you more should une interest with mining.
Yeah, somewhere we are still back in
Yeah. Why mention along the line?
Yeah, there is this other guy. He's also staying in Sandton. He's a Zulu guy, the tall one.
Yes.
And then he's close to Malema. So Malema is close to Uspi. So that is how this thing goes, to say whatsoever. What. So, ngiyazi noma athi ngize lapho ufuna ukungibuza ukuthi uthumile manje kwenzakalani whatsoever, so that naye and ngiyazi ukuthi akayifuneli ukuthi ayise lapha kuNASCOM.
Yes.
This other side. So sizothini is how we live, but as long as we are safe.
Yes.
So mina bengicabanga ukuthi maybe it's links to ama-taxi, but ngathi abantu kuma-taxi baphuma umuntu asele ayilaphana ayenza i-problem uJoe plus nalabo ma-extortions is there, these boys bakhe ubafanas and what. But ngizibuza to okay, so ngithi hayi General nginikeza isikhathi, I will give you feedback later, or else if you are in a hurry you can phone uKhumalo ukusendela i-report mina.
Yes.
But ngabona ukuthi ungathi ngikhulumi umphendule kabi ngathi or nami ngilapha ngoba ngendaba yakhe, so ngibuye kancane ngoba ezinye izinto zisuka nami zingicasula.
Yes.
That is why even the last thing angibiza ngathi crime intelligence ayenze whatever, because we cannot let this thing get to us in a manner which the people who are doing the work, they become vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah, so always ungathi nathi sibusi kuyalapha nami bengishosholozo ngigijimiswa lapha ngihamba ngema-TRP nema-WhatsApp.
Yeah, ngiyazikhumbula le story awusitshela sona silapha eofisini lakho.
It's not nice. I was in Tete about from 2013 to 2016 ngane life.
Yes.
Yeah, but then that time abantwana bami they were young. At least manje bakhulile abanye bahlala lapha bahlala khona.
Yeah, sebe independent.
Yeah, manje babangakakhuli, and then basahamba school awukho free now.
Yes.
And then nabo babuza ukuthi kwenzakalani, and then but yeah, but nithi uNkulunkulu what but nina. So some of the things doesn't make sense, and you don't even know how to explain to small ones.
Yeah, bona mabese bancane ngeke bakhona ukuzi-understand because bona bazi ukuthi ubaba must be around all the time.
All the time. And again, you see now, mawuphuma uya ngapha ufanele uhambe unebantu, mawuphuma uya ngapha ufanele uhambe unebantu, and mabaza lapha aphethe ibhamikulu. Manje it becomes infringe ne-freedom yabo ne-whatever. But it is necessary. It's necessary. So akufanelanga niphele umoya niyeke. I think now you are no longer far from now with near trial and whatever. But even after that, you don't relax because these guys, abanye abantu they are so actually abanenkulunkulu.
Yes.
Nobody tell you that they still want revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why what umuntu ngeke umconfirm.
Yeah, you never. You don't relax. You don't relax because last time, it's just that I'm turned easy. So and I don't follow up with it. Our boys they are not even working at province or whatever. Then it's indicating no. Aiming Vimba, I'm not paying umsebenzi wami bail, but I don't carry doggeds. So I don't know what the law whatsoever. And those people, they are not even working at the province. The matter is investigated at the province. They are working at the district. What is happening? Amuntu umthembile uthi now this one is buya sonke ekhaya, then uzokujikela for a small thing. So but others is just of fear, or because of fear then who's out here.
Yes.
As fun masibantu abanye bamagwana abanye ba-strong. So
Yeah, no, kuyezwakala general, but I think uKenel Mkwena through Brigadier up until General Kumalo, they'll be able to back on we English because banalo ulwazi lokuthi what's going on.
Okay.
Yes, Nduna.
No. I've
Yes. But other than that, no, see good Tina and a team, see support.
Okay.
Yes.
No. It's fine. Money right is fine. But further information is actually good is fine.
Yes. No, I'm not going to pull a recover sharp.
I'm the grand, it's just that no man namanje ngivulile ngoba ngifuna ukufaka ama-drops.
Yes.
But the one which is done last week is more comfortable than the other one which I've done before, because sometimes feel like something.
Yeah.
So
Chair, we've just stopped it there because then the General just speaks about his eye condition. We thought that's not relevant, but we will go then towards the end.
Yes.
And that trust, whatsoever.
And where are we now? Where are we now?
Transcript. The English or?
No,
okay.
no.
It would be the last page on either one, Chair.
Oh. 8-6, thank you.
Yes. It's actually page 85 of the Zulu one.
Thank you.
Just go a bit. Okay.
That trust and whatsoever, because even if you are saying you're going to vet people, it will take time to vet everybody.
Yeah. Kuba a process and the
only thing which is okay is when the people, they know each other, they understand each other, they trust each other, they can work together.
Yeah, it's easy for them to gel.
Yeah, they're able to protect each other, because now it's not an easy thing. These people, they know they will be arrested, but they don't want to be arrested.
Yes. No, kunjalo nduna.
No, kulungile ne.
No, siyabonga man uphona.
Hayi ngizoba right.
All right.
Sure, keep up the good work.
All right, thank you, General.
Sure.
Sure.
Thank you, Chair. General, so now that we've heard the recording, and I think you do have the transcriptions, correct? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
You say, you see, something is being suggested. The witness believes that the other side is the Katiso Molefe people. That's what's being put to you. And if you say, I prefer not to answer, then that statement where the witness says, the other witness said, you were referring to the Molefe side, that becomes the last word on the topic. The whole point of this engagement with you is to give you the chance to explain yourself. You are the one that speaks of another side. And where someone else has said the other side is I think you said group of 5, where witness says it is the Molefe side. You are the one that said that. That's what the transcript is. You're the one that said the other side. Yeah. And you can't get away with saying, I prefer not to answer. And if you say you prefer not to answer as a witness of the commission in terms of the proclamation, you do, and the act, you do have an obligation to give an explanation. Why not?
Okay. As I indicated, as I was discussing informally with a colleague, and further gave information relating after the arrest to say that is why they are behaving like this. Further, I discovered that he was he was business partners with Bumswazi and the other 5 people. And that is what I was sharing with him, because I was knowing he's at the safe house. And now they have now consolidated, they can be able to follow whatever of the information. Yes, that one I indicated. That is why even when I was responding to the issue that I said General Shibiri is related, or not related as such, I can't remember the question here, is
close.
Have ties with Katiso Molefe. I indicated I don't know of that. What I know is he gave me tasks to say I must follow up to find out the detention status of Mr. Molefe, because the family doesn't know. So all of this information I needed, it was to report back to say, yes, he was detained somewhere where, and then the family found him, the attorneys went there, and everything is fine, and he was arrested for discharge. So hence I phoned that day. So the other side, it might be I was saying I don't believe it was the NASCOM who phoned to find out, or the complaint came to him. It might be coming from the family or other colleagues of his asking that. So I can't know who.
General, you say in this transcript, you don't say I believe, you say ngiyazi ukuthi akayifuneli ukuthi ayise lapha ku-NASCOM. So you say I know he doesn't want this information. Firstly, in fact, I think, let me read the beginning of that sentence, because I think it has a meaning other than what you are giving it, the first part of it. You say, so ngiyazi noma athi ngize lapho ufuna ukungibuza. So he's inviting me so that ufuna ukungibuza ukuthi ya ngikuthumile manje kwenzakalani whatsoever, so that naye, and ngiyazi ukuthi akayifuneli ukuthi ayise lapha ku-NASCOM. So there are 2 things in this sentence. The one is you say you know that he's inviting you so that he can ask you about what he sent you to go do. And then you say, but I know that he doesn't want this information for the National Commissioner. You know. And then the investigating officer says yes. You say family, you say uifunela this other side. Now it can be the family because the investigating officer has already said the family has been told, the lawyer rather has been told. That's part of your earlier conversation. So you're not talking about the family when you say the other side. And if you want to say it is the police, you have to say who in the police. And unnecessary as it may appear, I think you should be reminded that we are required to investigate infiltration of law enforcement by criminal syndicates. You have, this whole discussion speaks about, mentions Katiso Molefe and others, so I don't think it's good enough, or it's going to be good enough for you to say, well, I don't know who's the other side. You're the one that speaks of the other side. You have to mention them. And if the commission has to go and interview them to find out what is their involvement with what you're discussing, then the commission has to do that.
Yeah. Commissioners, I was phoned by the general to say he received a complaint that the family doesn't know where the suspect is being detained. And I must establish the detention status. So that is what led me to phoning. So, yeah, the other side, it might be the family of the arrested person. Because the information I got from him, he indicated that the family doesn't know where he is. I hear that the response from the investigator was that the lawyer was there. And even that day I indicated it is funny that they don't know, whereas the lawyer is supposed to be briefed by them to go and look for the client, unless otherwise other people send him. So I will think the other side is the family.
General, sorry, let me give Commissioner.
I will think the other side is the family.
General, sorry, let me give Commissioner Baloy the opportunity to finish her question. I'll come back.
Yeah, let me just complete this. General.
Hold up. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe so you catch every moment of this hearing. Now watch carefully. You can see how the commissioners are really pressing the witness here, reminding him that he's under oath and pushing him to give a proper explanation. Notice the tension. Every word counts, and what he says next could change everything. Don't blink.
General, you had already told him, reported to General Sibia, according to your evidence in chief. You first reported to General Sibia on the 7th of December, where you told him that that the lawyers have been told. You gave him that report. In your evidence in chief, you said you made a subsequent inquiry because you were going back to work and you wanted more information about this because you expected that when you go back to work on the 17th, General Sibia will require a further report. So here you now know that the lawyer knows about this, where this person is. It cannot be that your other side, it is the family. I think let's discount that. It's not the family. In fact, you have already said the family or the police. As you sit there, you've said two different things. So let's not hang your head on the family. You've already said the family or the police, and I've said to you, no, and you say I can't tell you who in the police. I don't want to disclose who in the police. So we are past the family. We are now where you say the police. And if that is your answer, you have to say who in the police. And if you stick with your response that I don't want to say it, you have to explain why not. You can't get away with, it can't be the end of the matter, you saying it's the police. Firstly, there's a dispute that it is the police. I also, in my reading of this, I don't accept that it is the police, the other side. But you insist it is the police. Let's go with your insistence. You insist, you say, I will not mention them. Maybe you do have a valid reason not to mention them. Maybe you do have a good reason why you are not mentioning them. But if you don't mention them, you have to give the reason.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are going to conclude that you are not open and frank with us and you're not telling the truth because you don't give us an explanation why you won't disclose.
Yeah, I indicated the police because there is this thing that there is division. But I don't want to just mention a person because I think and I don't have reasons to believe that they have got interest in that or whatever. Hence I'm saying what I know for a fact is the family had interest. But yes, I know he's got police who are close to him, including myself. I'm quoted to be one who's close to him. But it was me who was supposed to report. So I said maybe the other side might be the police or the family. But for the police to say I can mention this, I will mention people who are working close with him, unnecessarily so mentioning them wrongfully for not this involvement or whatsoever.
Afternoon, General.
Afternoon, Commission.
Remember when you started testifying last week, Thursday, you took an oath. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you said you will testify truthfully.
Yes.
Yes. What frustrates me is that many times we've had witnesses taking oath before us, and then when it is their turn to give evidence, they play games with the Commission. If there are safety issues, there are safety issues. We appreciate that. But you can't have a situation where 2 minutes earlier you say the other side is one faction of the police. And then when the same question is repeated, you say, oh, the other side is now the family. It means you are lying because you can't have two different answers for the same question. It's either it's the police or it's the family. But that answer cannot change every minute or so. So I'm going to try this with you on the assumption that you have safety concerns and you don't want to mention people's names. Please go to page 66, the previous page from where we were. Are you there?
Yes.
Now, I want to take you back to the 16th of December 2024 because this reflects your state of mind and understanding of the facts on the date when the call was made. Do you see that from line 20?
Yes.
On page 4 of 12, it is page 66 of the bundle. You mention a group of people there.
Yes.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Now, without mentioning their names, on page 67, when you said to witness A that you know that General Sibia is looking for this information for the other side, did you mean the people who are identified on page 66 from line 20? Is that the people you meant without mentioning their names? Yes or no?
I meant the family.
You meant the family?
Yes.
So you are sticking with the family?
Yes.
It is no longer his side of the subfaction?
No.
So when you said it was his side of the subfaction, you were lying?
I will take that.
No, I'm asking you, don't take anything. Were you lying to the Commission when you said it is the one faction within SEPS? Were you lying to this Commission?
No, I was thinking also about the faction, but I don't have facts to support that.
No. You said you read this transcript. Chair asked you, did you read the transcript? You said both the Zulu and the English version.
Yes.
And you knew you were going to be asked about this. So you came here prepared. When you were asked the question, who is the other side that is mentioned on page 67? When Advocate Ngube asked the question, you said it's the other faction within SAPS. 2 minutes later, Commissioner Baloyi asks you the same question, you say it's the family. That can only mean your first answer was not truthful. Was it not truthful?
When I said the faction?
Yes.
Yes.
So I must take it that you have lied to this commission and consequences should flow from that.
Yeah, let me concede like that.
Thank you.
So when you said that you wouldn't mention the people on this other side, did you mean it was the family you would not mention?
No, I was meaning on the side of the police.
Now, all of this, remember, was in the context of who this other side is. And you now say quite firmly that this other side is a family. So you can't talk about the police then. So my question is, when you said you wouldn't mention the people on this other side, did you mean it was the family that you wouldn't mention?
No, I meant the police.
What about the police? Because you've just categorically said now that this other side refers to the family. So the police have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that is what I've just considered the commissioner to say. I don't have facts to say the police might have interest except the general. So if I mention the people who are linked to him, I'll be just painting them for no apparent reason because I don't have facts. Hence, I turn back to say the people who complained actually was the family. So the other side is supposed to be the family.
No, General. It's one thing to say what I meant by this other side are the police, but the problem is I am not in a position to list them. It's one thing to say that, but it's quite another to say what I meant was the police, but I'm now changing because I am not in a position to list the police. Those are two different things.
Yeah, I tried to indicate like that. And yes, I have to concede because it was not taken that I lied, and then I must face the consequences. So I chose that.
Just to make sure I understand you. So when you said this, what you meant was the other faction of the police, not the family. Your difficulty now is just that you cannot list the police who are on this other side. But you meant the police.
Commissioner, that is what I meant earlier on. But when
when you said it, you meant
yeah, I meant
the other faction of the police.
Of the police, but
not the family.
When I could
sorry, General, not the family.
Yes.
Yes.
When I couldn't substantiate that. And I was going to...
And you are referring to today. When you can't substantiate it today,
and
you suddenly refer to the family.
I referred back because I was going to be held that I'm not wanting to answer correctly to the commission. So either that it was found that I lied, I accepted.
Ms. Sigels-Ngube, I'm left totally confused. Please continue.
Yes, Chair.
Can I just ask, General, if in this conversation, when you say ufunela this other side, if it is the family, why do you call them the other side? Why don't you just say the family? Because in fact, there would be nothing wrong if General Sibia was asking for the family to get this information. Why do you call them the other side, and why do you consider it an issue to a point where you mention to the investigating officer that I know when I go there, he's inviting me so he can ask me this? Why did you consider it a problem?
No, inviting, he used to invite, but the other side, as we were talking casually, and as I've just said to the commissioner, I was referring to his grouping. But now my difficulty is to indicate who at his grouping, and then I revert to say is the family, because the initial question, instruction was the family doesn't know where is the suspect, and I wanted more information to add to that, to say he was arrested for this and that, because I forgot to ask that day.
Well, my question to you is, why do you refer to the family as the other side? The other side vis-a-vis who? When you say the other side, there are two sides to this. When you say the other side, so maybe let me reframe the question. Who is on the one side?
The police.
Okay. And who's on the other side?
It's the perpetrator's family and friends.
So where you say the other side, you mean perpetrators, family, and friends. When you say he wants this for the other side, you mean that group. So you've identified the one side as the police, the second side, you say perpetrators, family, and friends. I accept if you say that is the other side, and maybe I don't have any further questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. General, we're only on the first aspect of the call, so I want to also ask you about, while we're on that, you will recall that I had asked you, I had put it to you that, according to witness A, you had said that you were concerned about about refusing General Sabia's request, and that you were worried about the response that you had given General Sabia in respect of a response. Do you recall that? If you go to page 68 of the transcript, and if we can just start from the third line, but I asked myself that, okay, so I said, no, General, give me time. I will give feedback later, or else if you are in a hurry, you can phone Kumalo to send you the report. Myself, no. And then he says, investigating officer says yes. Then you say, so, but now I saw that I responded to him in a bad way, you see. I said, Aish, yes, I am also here because of his issue. So let me come back a little bit, because some things also make me angry, you see. And I had put it to you that, according to witness A, he understood you to mean here that your response to General Sabia initially, that if he wants feedback in a hurry, he must call Kumalo, and I'm assuming that is Mbuso Kumalo, General Mbuso Kumalo, is that correct?
Yeah.
For a report, because you weren't going to give a hurried report, and that you then said you were worried about the fact that you had given that response to General Sabia because he is the one that is responsible for your promotion. Do you recall that I had said that's what witness A had said?
Yes.
And you denied that?
Yes.
Now, can I ask you, what is it that what you meant here on page 68, when you say so, but now I saw that I responded to him in a bad way, you see. I said, Aish, yes, I am also here because of his issue. What were you referring to there?
The issue of investigation, the issue of organized crime, the issue that I will be phoned any given time, I will have to respond to him. So I'm reporting to him and the DIFCOM. So anytime when they phone you, you need to be, even though I was not feeling well, that is the reason why I said he must, if he's in a hurry, because now I'm struggling, he can phone General Kumalo as the head in Gauteng, will be able to give prompt response. But I felt bad that I didn't respond quietly in respectful way to my senior.
Okay, but then what does it mean when you say that I am also here because of his issue? I don't know if the English translation is a bad translation of the vernacular or if it, but what does that mean?
I just explained, I'm there.
What issue? What's the issue?
The issue is about investigation, that if I'm needed, I'm running component. And when the DIFCOM or the DNC phones me, I need to promptly respond. On leave or not on leave, we are used to be phoned like that.
Okay,
Well,
because
sorry, before you
the
move
vernacular
on.
translation is on page 80. Yes, go ahead.
Want to do that?
You can do it.
I suspect I'm better than you.
Far better.
Yes, General, at page 80, where you, in the Zulu transcript.
Page
80.
80.
This is the Zulu transcript. Oh, there is a Zulu transcript. So, you say at line 7, this is you speaking. You say, so manje ngoba ngabona ukuthi ungathi ngimuphendule kabi uyabona, full stop. Ngithi ya uyabona nami ngilapha ngoba ngendaba yakhe, full stop. So ithi ngibuyise, ngibuye kancane ngoba ezinye izinto zisuka nami zingiqasule uyabona. So in the Zulu version, in the Zulu version, you say after you told him that he should give you time, or if he's in a hurry, he should call Kumalo to get a report. You then had a rethink. You thought, you say, so manje ngabona ukuthi ungathi ngimphendule kabi. You thought, I've answered him badly or inappropriately. Ngathi uyabona nami ngilapha ngoba ngendaba yakhe, so ithi ngibuyise. This is you saying, let me speak differently, let me deal with it differently because I think I answered him badly. Ngibuye kancane, that's what it means. Ngibuyise ngibuye kancane ngoba izinye izinto zisuke nami zingiqasule uyabona. So in this version, in the Zulu version, you express regret in how you responded to him. You spoke badly, and then you thought, let me pull myself back, let me speak differently, or let me deal with it differently. Now that sentence where you say, because nami ngilapha ngoba ngendaba yakhe, what it reads like in context, it reads like, I am in the position that I hold now of head of crime, of a head of organized crime. I'm in this position because of him. And there I am, I spoke badly to him, or I spoke disrespectfully to him. Let me pull back and speak and deal with it differently. That's what in context that line appears to be.
Yeah, I as I indicated, I serve on his and the DIFCOM's behest.
Do what?
I serve as a component aide on the behest of them, under the two. So I explained, for you to be promoted, there is a short listing of a post which is available. And then there is candidates. And in those candidates, they go for test and go for verbal interview. And I indicated here that, yes, he was the chairperson. And with him, there was the divisional commissioner, crime detection. And there was the provincial commissioner of Western Cape, General Patekile. There was the...
Please, General, don't give us the
Yeah.
entire process.
There was also
Please,
delegation from NPA.
Just a minute, General.
Yeah.
Please answer the question directly. When you say that nilapha ngoba ngendaba yakhe, I'm here because of him, the question by Commissioner Baloyi is, by that, do you mean you are now holding the position that you hold
No.
because of General Sibia?
No.
All right, what do you mean then?
I mean...
But can you please cut down on the entire
Yes.
promotion process?
Yeah, because I was responding to that because that is what was insinuated, trying to show that he cannot alone promote. And then there were there were panel members, including people from outside.
So the short answer is there was a thoroughgoing promotion process, and
Yes.
that is what put you where you are.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I said I serve on his
But-
PS.
General, you recall I had asked you earlier in your evidence, and just to give context, when you took the acting position of component head, that was General Sibia's position before he was promoted to DNC, correct?
Yes.
And he and General Sentimule had recommended you for the acting position, correct?
General Sintumle recommended and he approved.
Yes, but in your statement, you said the two of them approached you to take over that position because they didn't have someone because he had been promoted, General Sabia had been promoted to DNC.
Yes.
Okay, so in that context, he's recommended you together with General Sentimule, and it was his former position